because we're stomping on them bitter ones. It's your boy Ali. I'm just trying to go as
good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course, in your host, your YouTube Messiah, often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and we are going over Backlash this week. Was in Newark, New Jersey, and oh god, You know that guy Murphy who made that funny little law about what can go wrong will? Well, yeah, that pretty much sums up on how this went. I mean, just... oh, God. Yeah. Now... I give it the benefit of the doubt, and you guys know I call it like I see it. If I see shit, I call shit. But I try and give the benefit of the doubt. But honestly, just whoa, man, this was not all that good of a show. Now, with that being said, let's start off with the kickoff show: Bayley versus Ruby Riott, and decent, okay match. I mean, not too much of excitement. I mean, more so the thing that gets me is they're consistently having Ruby, Liv, or Sarah constantly needing the outside help, which, while yeah, you're in a stable, hey, it's good to have the people outside, distracting and all that jazz, but you don't need it all the time. Sometimes less is more, sometimes more is less. But you gotta find that middle ground with that, man. Anyways, match wound up coming to an end when Bayley wound up getting ready to go and size up Ruby for her Bayley to belly. Liv got on the apron. Next thing you know, she got thrown. Bayley got thrown into Liv, which then Ruby wound up setting her up for the ride kick. Got that, 1, 2, 3. That was it. And we are going on to the actual show now. Starts off with the Intercontinental title match, which this right here, match of the fucking night. Right off bat, first match on the card, match of the night. Oh god, this was a good one. Miz versus Seth, Intercontinental title. Real nice start to it. Miz, he was in control for, he was starting it out real good, nice control. Rollins, Seth, though, man, he was moving like he was a man possessed. Absolutely fucking loved the match in this. These guys were putting on a show, and the storytelling behind the match, more than anything, was saying, I'm going to show you that I'm the motherfucker that deserves this title. That's what that was. And in case any of you wondering on where my coveted Lake Erie championship is, I did not lose the title. I am just merely having it going. I'm having someone, oil up that leather, shine up that gold, make that baby look nice and bright. That's what that is. So, that being said though, back to the match. Really good, really loved it. The part that really I liked was when they were on the apron, Seth went to go for the high knee, missed Miz and caught the ring post and just heard that really loud hollow thud, and you're just like, oh! Okay, that was more sound than anything, I know, but coming from a guy, this is coming from a guy who's got a bad knee. I fucking caught phantom pain seeing and hearing that shit, like, God! Fuck, that had to hurt! And really liked on how they were playing it. Right after that, Miz started working on it, started focusing on the knee. You know, really good, really cool to see. You know, match wound up coming to an end though when Miz, he wound up hitting like, I think 2 or 3 skull-crushing finales on Seth during the match. Didn't get him though. Kept getting mad. Seth wound up just getting that shot of adrenaline and boom, hit the curb stomp, but did it in a good way. He hit it and then just started like going to the knee like, oh fuck, I regret doing that now. But as he was doing it, he went to go over for the pin instead of just laying there like, alright, gotta go pin now. You know, he went to go and work. He pulled off a damn good show with that. That being said, he got the win, 1, 2, 3. And follow up on Raw, he did an open challenge and, oh dear God. Of all people to answer the challenge, Mojo fucking Rawley. Yeah. That went over as well as shit in a punch bowl. And now on to the next match. Women's action. Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax for Nia's coveted women's championship. Nia right off bat started playing that a power game, you know, taken to, you know, going basically doing like grr smash to Alexa. And not saying that in a negative way whatsoever. If you'll watch this show, you've seen I've done nothing but praise Nia Jax for going and coming off doing that grr smash kind of way. Playing to her strengths and just saying, you know what, screw it. I'm a big girl, I'm gonna fight like a big girl. That's what I love. That's one of the things that I actually like about her. You know? Now Alexa, she wound up getting out at a point in the match, she did wind up getting Nia worn down enough to be able to throw in a few shots, hit a few, you know, wound up basically like going for like the rest hold and then like hitting the DDT, shit like that. Just trying to take her down, hitting quick moves, you know. Match came to an end though when match wound up coming to an end though. Nia wound up hitting the Samoan drop, 1, 2, 3. The bad part on this match though, honestly, right after that, Nia wound up cutting this huge anti-bully. This is for all of you, the people who have been held down, have been told you're fat or ugly or too tall or too skinny or all that, and just good promo, bad time. Honestly, that would have been so much better as if it was on the post show, if it was on the Talking Smack show afterwards. But ugh. Next up, we got Randall Orton going against Jeff Hardy, and nice bit of an opening for the match, and this was for Jeff's coveted U.S. title. And nice opening, decent, okay match. Randy was more so leading it, but it's like the same problem I've said before about what Randy. Randy, no doubt about it. You look at him, he's got a hell of a pedigree on him. You know, he's got a hell of a pedigree. He's got a hell of a record. You know, he is a good athlete. The problem he gets is sometimes, just like with all of us, gets compliant and starts getting a little lackluster and lazy, and sometimes you need that one kind of opponent to just go and give him a brain duster like, hey, whack, come on, you got to put on a good match here, kid. Don't just go through the same old muck. But he was kind of doing that with this, and it felt like that to me anyway. But match came to an end with a twist of fate and a swanton. Jeff won and is still the U.S. champ. Now, next up after that, we got Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass, which case, okay, I'm not gonna lie right here. I died laughing. I die laughing every time Cass comes out, and I swear, Vince McMahon has to be doing this intentionally just to make himself laugh. Because every time Cass comes out, the camera points in such an upward angle. When Cass puts his hand up, it looks like it says big ass. You just picture Vince in the back. It says big ass. He's a 7-foot giant and he's got a big fucking ass. I love it. Swear, that's what Vince has got to be thinking. Now, what I'm hoping for is at some point we get that on a shirt and then on the back of it say Cass hole. Seriously, I just want that to happen. Man can dream, but moving forward, this match, man, you know, it's kind of hard to say this, but this was really kind of the piss break of the night because it was just so generic. It was that typical, you know, giant versus small guy sort of match. And that's honestly what the whole build-up was. I mean, all you hear Cass talking about is on how, you know, he's 7 foot tall, he's 7 foot tall, he's 7 foot tall. And that the part that was the fucking worst of this match wasn't even the match itself, it was the fucking crowd chanting, "We want Enzo." Fuck you, Jersey. Fuck you. Fuck Enzo. And honest to God, okay, look, my boy Danny Sunday, Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen cannot be the only 3 saving graces from New Jersey. Somebody else has to come out of there to help save that state. But yeah. Match came to an end with, of course, Bryan getting the yes lock in, locking it in on Big Cass, and yeah, tap out. Really quick, which again, always an annoyance, you know. If you get a submission locked in, hold it for a few seconds, like 5-10 seconds, like, God, no. Yeah, I give. Instead of tapping out right away, it just, I don't know, it just makes it look like the submission doesn't really look like it's that whole. Like it's being held on that long and it's hurting that bad. Next up, we got second women's match, Charlotte versus Carmella. And gotta say, I really am liking on how Carmella's working now with being a champ. You know, she's working as a good chicken shit heel, and you know, I see nothing but good things to come with her in this sense, with the way she's working, because, yep, said it before, 2 kinds of heels out there. You get your ass kicking heels, which case the best example on that was Steve Austin. You know, he went from being an ass kicking heel to everyone just fucking loving him. And then you got your chicken shit heels who stay heels forever because, you know, they're cowardice, you know, they're consistently doing things that people would never go for. Best example for that is $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. You know, Carmella, she's doing really good as being a chicken shit heel. Really love on how she's working with it, and you know, called duck a duck and a spade. Wasn't necessarily a big Carmella fan at first, you know. Saw her, was like, she needs some improvement, man. But she, much like anything else, took time, improved. Same thing with Charlotte. Not saying that, you know, she's at that caliber, but you guys get the reference. Either way, the decent okay match, you know, that was about it. Carmella got a win with a roll-up after Charlotte went to go for a moonsault, landed, tweaked her knee, started hobbling for a second. Next thing you know, Carmella went for a kick, and then boom, roll-up 1, 2, 3. That was it. So, yes, heaven forbid the bad guy should have to do a bad guy move like attack a injured part and then do a quick sneaky roll-up to get a win. Yeah. Next up, Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship in a no DQ match, and man, I mean, it was a good match. It was a really good match, but just real shitty ending, and the ending just killed it altogether, you know. And the one thing I always push for is be different. Do something different in a match, you know. Give something different that you don't really see in wrestling that often. And with this case, it was no DQ. There was barely any weapons used. Not a whole lot of time outside. Okay, kind of cool. Like, hey, well, this is different. You know, and the thing about what it is, it's always going to be hit and miss. You don't know what's going to work until you do it. This, in this case, kind of iffy, but, you know, it was what it was. And part that was really cool was when Shinsuke wound up sizing up for the Kinshasa, was getting a running charge. Styles threw the chair at him, and it hit Shinsuke's knee so hard it bounced back and literally wham! Hit AJ in the face, sliced the side of his face open. You know, not sidetrack here. Now it's gonna wind up being like when Scarface was on USA. How'd you get a scar like that, tough guy? Eating pineapple. Oh no, you don't get a scar like this from eating pineapple. And if you get that reference, you understand why Scarface being on primetime cable TV is the funniest editing for a movie ever. And I think that's the first time I ever wound up tying in something Al Pacino ever did in with wrestling. Is it? It? Awesome. Thanks, Wade. Knew that guy was useful for something. But yeah, decent match. It was a decent match. Really good. Liked the storytelling, that the physicality that they were giving to each other. But just, again, like I said, shitty ending. Shitty ending. Real bad. They both did low blows to each other, and then, boom, dual low blows where they both kicked each other in the nuts. It was basically like seeing in South Park with Cartman. Oh, well, I was saying bow you for it. I kick you in the nuts as hard as I can, and then you kick me in the nuts as hard as you can, and the first one to fall over loses. And basically they Rochambeau'd each other. They both fell down, and then we got a 10 count. So neither responded to the refs. 10 count. So now, yeah, it was a no contest. But Uncle Allen is still the champ because title can't change in that sense. But no DQ and a 10 count? You're implying logic to... Okay, I know I'm putting logic to an illogical situation. And that's the problem. What the fuck? Seriously. Next up we get the breather before the main event. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley going against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And, you know, as it's been lately with Lashley, what being in a tag match, Bobby has been the team punching bag. Braun came in, he got a hot tag, cleared fucking house. And then as Owens and Zayn are, you know, at one point they're up on the ramp, they're like, you know, we don't need that. You know, we're done with all this, so just forget it. No, you guys don't deserve us. We're gone. And as they start to leave, Owens then grabs Zayn, throws him back into the ring, and then Owens gets up on the apron, starts yelling with Zayn, and then Sami whams! Plays some Prodigy and smack my bitch up and slaps Owen right across the face. And you start seeing Owens frothing like... Climbs into the ring, starts getting in Sami's face like, whoa, hey, it was caught up in emotions, that's all. Relax, Kev, relax. And then goes to try and turn around to get away. shit, there's a 7 foot, 400 pound giant. Okay, I'm gonna turn this way. Shit, there's a 6 foot giant, 300 pound, 260 pound man right this way. There's Kevin right there. Shit. And then he proceeds to get out the one way that is open. And then they proceed to beat up Owens. Bobby Lashley gets the win doing a delayed vertical suplex. And then Braun proceeds to destroy them both. Now, not much was brought up about this pay-per-view on the Fallout Raw. And really, the most that was really done was Bobby Lashley had a sit-down interview where he talked about, you know, growing up with his family, his 3 older sisters, on how, you know, they all used to fuck around with each other. And being the youngest in the family, I can I fully understand where Lashley was coming from, saying, you know, he did some shit and you know, his sisters beat the hell out of him. Youngest in my family, I got 2 older brothers and a sister, and they all would take turns beating the shit out of me when I would fuck with them. You know, there's also a reason why my brother has a certain scar on his hand, but I'll save that story for another day. Anyways, so with that said, let's move on to the main event of the night. Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and Joe, right off bat, starts beating the shit out of Roman. And Joe was just really all over Roman. You know, it was like he pretty much had like an answer to almost everything Roman was throwing at him. And probably one of my favorite parts on this was at one point Joe had an arm lock in, and it was like a rest hold. And as he had it locked in, fans started chanting boring, and he just like, and just let like that, like it was nothing. Now, there was reports and apparently some pictures, but, you know, a big thing on here, take rumors with a grain of salt. Take rumors and everything that was said on the dirt sheets to a grain of salt, especially from that fuck-knuckle Meltzer. That, you know, fans were leaving the show during the main event between Joe and Roman. And, you know, apparently Vince was mad on. Well, of course he would have been fucking mad. Any promoter would be mad if fans were leaving in the middle of the fucking show. That's not fucking news, that's fucking common sense, you dipshits. Talking to you, Slice. Talking to you, Slice Wrestling. You keep trying to call fucking news, but you're calling fucking common sense. Ugh. You know, it's honestly, and I saw the pictures, but honestly, it more so reminded me of seeing Dodgers fans leaving the game before the 7th inning. But it is what it is, and it was what it was. Roman wound up getting the win. He had a spear, and that was, you know, that was it. But, and yeah, he did a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Lost because Jinder Mahal interfered, so we're going to get Roman versus Jinder, in which case, Vince McMahon impression of the night, folks. Oh, pal, how about this? We'll put Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. The fans are going to have to think of someone to cheer. I love it. Vince McMahon logic. You got to cheer one of them. So yeah, that was just a joke. Don't go taking it serious, kids. But yeah, so that's it for that. That was it for it, and that's it for this week's show, folks. So, like on normal, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look me on my Twitter at TimVicious. You also have another account, Tim_Vicious. I am also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you do find me on there from here, make sure you let me know somehow, so that way I don't think you got your creep John going. Also, folks, do not forget to follow all of these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Malcolm, make sure y'all check out Axel's newest project, Wrestling Review. They talk about British and European wrestling. Kenny Killer, my two good brothers. I am Danny Sunday, and Oliver Ben, who is the executive producer for this show, as well as provided the music for this week's show. It's out there on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are down below. Also, make sure y'all hit Ollie up for one of these Ollie Rewind shirts. Show the man some love and support. Cranky, excuse me, Cranky Grandpa, Aaron _Deborah, and Dazzy MWP. And folks, like I was saying, you know me great, you hate me.
We're all together, but there's no
Fuck you.
I'm tempted and I'm bleeding.